See what I did there? I just created music. Kind of a simple process, really. I took this plectrum, strum the strings vibrate, creating mechanical energy, gets picked up by the pickups, goes through the guitar electronics, through this cord, and into my amplifier. My little PV Viper 15 that I just picked up. Cool little amp. The point of this is that I'm the one who did it. I'm the one who thought up the music in my head and transposed it onto guitar. Just me. No gods required. The purpose of this video is to offer my thoughts on the just really miscalculated comparison that creationists use when comparing physical man-made objects and using that as a basis to support evidence of a creator. I've seen it where this guy's trying to convince this young man who's obviously an atheist, and he's the other young man was a Muslim creationist. And he's trying to convince this kid, well, look at this building. I mean, we can tell that that it was created, can't we? And the guy's like, well, yeah. I mean, of course, it's there. And he didn't go on to say that, well, we can find out who created the building. We can find out through public record who the architect is, who the subcontractors were, who the engineers were, all that kind of thing. Because, I mean, all that would be there. But we can definitely look at a building or something man-made and tell that it was created by man. Same thing with music. Music is written by people. God has nothing to do with it. Now, God might inspire music, in the case of, several classical musicians, or say, Stryper. But the point is that they're still the ones who created it. They're the ones who took the time to play the instrument or instruments and transpose that sound into musical notes. I mean, they're the ones who did it. God had nothing to do with it at all. And that leads me to my second thought, which is why do we need God to heap praise upon for our talents and our triumphs when there's no evidence of the existence of a God? I don't understand that. It's always irked me. People say, well, you've got such a God-given talent. No, I practiced my ass off for hours at a time in the garage. That's what I did. God had nothing to do with it. God wasn't in there with me while I was, dissecting, Metallica and Slayer and Anthrax and a whole host of other bands and learning how to play this stuff. God wasn't there practicing his ass off in all kinds of weather conditions, cold, hot, it didn't matter. Trying to learn guitar. God had nothing to do with that whatsoever at all. I did. So, my whole thing is that when we create things, when humans create things, we need to take a little bit of credit for that. Just a little. Well, no. In fact, all of it. Because we're the ones who did it. God had nothing to do with it at all. He might have had maybe some inspiration or something, but hell, even serial killers can be inspired by God. And that should tell you something. So, when you do something, when you create something, when you write something, be it a story, a poem, or you write music, or you play music, or you build something really cool, you're the one who did that. God not required. I am the godless guitarist. Stay godless, stay metal.